Welcome back, everybody, to this week's edition of Line It Up. As always, I am Robert Dickey, alongside me, Gus St. Fort. Gus, how you doing?
Doing well. Happy Wednesday here on the campus of Springfield College.
Yep, back on the campus of Springfield College.
Always happy to be here with my man Dickey, and hopefully everybody's having a happy Wednesday.
A happy Wednesday, and less than happy week one for me. I don't know how you did week one.
It's in the same boat.
Same boat, yeah. Off the picks that we posted on Twitter last weekend and the ones that we announced in the show, less than desirable, 12-18-2 record for myself. Not too sure if you tracked it.
I did not track it, but my for sure bet of the Colts did not hit, so.
Well, I could have told you that. But it's always tough week one. So we are back for week two with some actual numbers to analyze, some team performances to analyze, and we are ready to go. No Nick Siciliano this week, but he will be back with us on Friday when we post our college football show. So definitely tune in for that. It will be up on our new YouTube page. Links will be posted on Twitter at LineItUp4, so be sure to check that out. But let's get right into it. So let's get us started with Thursday night football. We have the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, who looked good, lost by 3 points, pushed on the spread to the Los Angeles Chargers last week after kicker Randy Bullock. What did he pull, a calf muscle or something?
He pulled a calf muscle.
Yeah, something like that on the last kick of the game, shanked it right. They go to Cleveland, take on the Browns, who are -6 in this game. Gus, I know that you already have a play on this one involving both the spread and the over-under. Over-under right now sits at 43. It's been bet down from 45 at open. So tell us about that.
So obviously everybody already knows I'm not a fan of the Cleveland Browns. I'm not a fan of their quarterback. I'm not even going to name him. There's no reason.
His name is Baker Mayfield.
There's no reason to name his name.
And he will take them to the playoffs. He will take them to the playoffs. You are wrong, sir.
Man, that's a tough division, but
he will take them to the playoffs.
But either way, I think it's very important to note that before I go into my take. But -6, I think I like it for the Cleveland Browns. I've already done a teaser on the over-under set at 43.5. Opened at 44.5. I wish I got it then. I got it earlier today at 43. So I got to 49, and also Cleveland down to a pick'em. And I really like that. I don't think Cincinnati's going to be able to beat them, especially Joe Burrow's first away game. Under the lights, too. Short rest. I think it's too easy to go Cleveland. So that's what I'm going to do.
I love that teaser, personally. I don't always agree with your teasers, clearly. I tell you, you're an idiot for half of them. But this one I do agree with. I think the Browns at a pick'em and the under of 49 is a safe bet. Both teams are going to want to run the ball. You saw Cleveland run the ball 23 times, I believe it was last week, and they got blown out.
Right.
So I can only imagine what it's going to be this week. They don't want to put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands. A couple of years ago when he had a really good year, his first season, I think he went 7-6-1 as a starter. They go, okay, we have our guy. We have our gunslinger quarterback. Last year, he was not a gunslinger. They're going to want to game manage this game against a Cincinnati team where I think they can be safe on the ground and still win the game. Nick Chubb's going to get 20 carries. Kareem Hunt's going to get 15. And I think Baker maybe throws the ball 25 times at an absolute max against a soft Cincinnati defense. I like Cleveland to cover the 6, to be honest. Nothing against Joe Burrow. I mean, we've seen that he can play in big games, but I don't think that this is going to be his spot, especially against a Cincinnati run defense that's really weak. Very, very weak. We saw Austin Eckler carry the ball 19 times last game for, I believe it was 85, and we saw Joshua Kelly run for 60 on just 12 carries. So the Chargers ran all over him. I can only imagine what the Browns are going to do. Browns -6, give me that, and give me the under. I don't think that Cleveland's going to score more than max 24, 27 maybe if they, 24, 27.
Maybe.
They've had kicking issues. They missed an extra point last game. So I'll go, if I'm picking out a final score here, let's go 24-16 under cashes, but I love the teaser, much like you said, for this one.
And for the show later in the week, I'll probably put that in my big money parlay that I will be releasing once a week, every week. So watch out for that as well.
A big money parlay from Gus. Record on the season, 0-1. 0-1.
0-1.
Record in 10 weeks, 1-9. 1-9. Big money parlays do not work, good sir. They do not work. But you have fun throwing away your money. You have fun throwing away your money. Okay, let's talk Rams-Eagles, 1 o'clock on Sunday. This game opened at -3, I believe it was. -2.5 it was for the home team Eagles. It is currently a pick'em, but not before the Eagles were underdogs yesterday. and into the morning as well. So, Gus, it's a pick 'em right now, 45.5. Obviously, I expect line moving on both of those by the end, but as of right now, what do you got?
I think it's tough for me to say Eagles straight up, just because what we saw last week, they were missing a bunch of O-linemen, struggled against the Washington team. Wanted to say Redskins didn't, so I'm happy about that.
Very good.
But it's just tough for me to have any confidence in them. 8 sacks on a QB, that's too much for any team. So I think it's a stay away for me, but the Rams as well, they don't really have a good defense, struggling defense. They have Aaron Donald, so that might put pressure on the Rams, but I think, or the Eagles, sorry, but I think it's a stay away for me. If I'm taking something, I'm probably going to take the Eagles, maybe tease it up to +7.5 or +7 or +6, whatever it's going to end at. So it's a stay away for me, but I like the Eagles.
It's a stay away for me as well in terms of the spread. I don't mind an under here at 45.5. I think that Carson Wentz is not going to be able to put up as many points as he'd like to, and I think that the Rams going cross-country on the road to play at 10 o'clock in the morning their time, they're going to be a little shaky. With that being said, I do like the Rams here at a pick 'em.
Really?
The Rams showed me something last week against the Cowboys, running the ball. And the Eagles' run defense has, over the past couple of years, been one of the better in the league. You know, you got Fletcher Cox down the middle. Not in week one. Washington didn't really run it up on them, I'm not going to say. You know, they had that committee backfield between Peyton Barber, who got 17 carries for 28 yards, I'm pretty sure it was. McIsaac didn't do anything, and Antonio Gibson actually led the team in rushing. But the defense was what impressed me for Washington against Philadelphia, where you didn't really expect it. This Rams defense is better than Washington's. It's as simple as that. They held a high-octane Cowboys offense to 17 points. 20-17 was the final score, 17 points. And I think that they do the same to the Eagles here, who are significantly worse than the Cowboys, in my opinion. I think the Cowboys win that division without question. The Eagles are worse, in my opinion. I think the Rams defense shuts down the Eagles, and the offense is able to put up enough points for a low-scoring, close-game win. But at a pick 'em, give me the Rams.
Well, let me ask you a question. You said the Rams defense is in fact better, but whose defensive line is better?
The Rams defensive line isn't anything special outside of Aaron Donald.
Of course.
So when you look at Aaron Donald, you're looking at the best, can I say the best run stopper in the league? Arguably, over the middle?
Arguably, yes.
Arguably the best run stopper in the league. Clamping Miles Sanders, who they do get back today. I think actually that will be huge for Philly, getting Miles Sanders back over Boston Scott next week. Miles Sanders will be back, but I think that Aaron Donald can not stop him, but contain him. You know, and I think that's huge because Carson Wentz doesn't want to throw over at Jalen Ramsey.
Of course.
You know?
I just think the Eagles will be able to run the ball, and I think that's going to be the problem for the Rams.
You think they're going to be able to run the ball?
I think they will be able to. I know they're missing 3 offensive linemen, but it comes to a point where I know they weren't really able to start the run game off well against the
Well, in fairness, it was Boston Scott and Corey.
Right. But I think now, especially if Miles Sanders comes back, they're definitely going to be able to run the ball. So I think I got to take the Eagles here, even though it's a stay away from me.
Dude, what do you think about the Rams running the ball, though? Because the Eagles...
I think they'll be able to run the ball, but not at the level that they were last week. I think the Eagles' defensive line's pretty decent, so...
I think that the Rams will be able to run the ball at the level they did last week. It was really good for them going with the 3 committee backfield. Darrell Henderson really didn't get a lot of snaps, but when you look at Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown ran all over the Cowboys, who have a pretty decent line. They have a pretty decent line. I mean, you got Lawrence up there. I know Van Der Esch went out early. Alden Smith was back in that game. He actually looked kind of well.
The thing is, when you make a comparison, is that line better than the Eagles' defensive line? The Cowboys' defensive line?
It may be, considering
it is.
Considering
if you're counting
the state of the Eagles.
If you're counting the linebackers in the backfield as well, I don't think it's better than the Eagles. Van Der Esch is better.
Malcolm Brown ran for 18 carries for 79 yards last weekend and 2 touchdowns. Cam Akers added 14 for 39. Pretty underwhelming there. And Darrell Henderson had 3 for 6. He was really the Malcolm Brown show.
And he has a pretty young running back core over for the Rams. You have Henderson, who's from Memphis, and you have Akers, who's from Florida State too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Robert Woods is really going to stand out in that Rams game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, I got the Rams. Cooper Kupp didn't have a big game. He's primed for a big game because the Eagles secondary, outside of Darius Slay, is
Right.
nothing
And that's their
compared
weakness.
to the Rams.
That's their weakness.
And I believe that Jared Goff's going to have a bounce back year. I really like them throwing all over him, and I don't like Carson Wentz throwing over the Rams secondary, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Ramsey, guys like that.
And with 8 sacks last week, he might come in a little scared, maybe he's injury shy. So watch
As
for him
always.
to
Classic Carson Wentz.
watch for him to kind of stay in the pocket.
The Carolina Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, a very underwhelming week 1. He was a favorite of ours in week 1. We don't like betting the Saints in week 1. I don't think either of us put money on Tom. Thank God. But yeah, he was somewhat underwhelming. Getting 9 points here at home against Teddy Bridgewater, who had a very good game in week 1 despite a loss. Over-under is 48.5. What do you like here?
Well, we were talking about this earlier in the day, but I think this is another spot where you might want to tease both in the same game, the over-under, as well as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be my take. I think 9 points is a lot of points, but if I'm going to choose either one, I'm going to take Tampa Bay. I think after week 1, they're going to look for some redemption. So I'll tease it down to 3 points. Maybe it goes to 8.5, and I'll tease it down to under a field goal. But if I'm taking it straight up, I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm with you on that one. I like a teaser either way. You said if you're taking it straight up, you're taking the Bucs?
Yeah, I think I'm taking the Bucs.
Absolutely not. You're a clown.
Might be too many
Absolutely not. 9 points is
Yeah, I'm not confident now.
Tom Brady is 43 years old, and you know how much I love Tom Brady. The man brought my favorite team 6 Super Bowls. I am a consistent Tom Brady defender when it comes to Tom Brady haters. I'm a consistent Tom Brady defender. The things that he does at 43 we've never seen before because players in the NFL don't play to 43. So I am a consistent Tom Brady defender.
Right.
He just had the best game of anyone that's ever played in the NFL at 43.
So you're talking him up, so something bad's about to happen. What's going to happen?
Tom Brady is not going to cover a 9-point spread. He's not. He's not. Chris Godwin, 20 minutes before the show, went in a concussion protocol.
Yup.
Christian McCaffrey is on the Panthers. So they automatically, I don't care who's on the Bucs, have the best playmaker on the field. Does not matter. Give me one that's better. On the Bucs or the Panthers. Doesn't matter. Nobody.
I'll give it to you, but Mike Evans in the conversation.
Christian McCaffrey.
No, he's not
Christian
in the
McCaffrey.
conversation.
Give me Christian McCaffrey.
Leonard
Mike Evans
Fournette,
didn't-
maybe one day.
Leonard Fournette had 5
put
carries.
that-
Christian McCaffrey is the best playmaker on the field. That automatically gives the team a chance to cover 9 points. 9 points. Teddy Bridgewater is not going to turn the ball over. You saw Drew Brees last week not turn the ball over.
That's fair.
Teddy Bridgewater is not going to turn the ball over. Despite how good this Bucs defense is, because it is a very good defense, I think that Teddy Bridgewater is going to have a very good day. And I think he's going to need to, because in 2 games last year where Christian McCaffrey was the offensive player of the year, his 2 worst, arguably, were against the Buccaneers, on the ground at least. So, give me the Panthers plus 9 if I'm taking it straight up. I haven't decided whether I'm going to yet. It's Wednesday. I got a long way till Sunday. Going to see if this one moves or not. But this could be a play of the week when my article comes out at Line It Up For. Quick plug on Twitter, probably on Saturday later this week. Panthers plus 9, over 48.5. I think both of these teams put up points. Bucs probably put up a solid 35 in this game on a Panthers defense. That showed me nothing last week when I bet on them against Vegas. And I think the Panthers are very capable of putting up 20 to 25 points, 20 to 27 points.
You good? You got it?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who did the Panthers play last week?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
And who won that game?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
So, do we really think 2 0-1 teams in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers, do you really think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aren't going to come out and put up at least a 10-point win, at least?
Correct.
On the folks,
What did they show you last week? Who,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah.
They didn't really show me much, but let me just say this. They showed me that they can score. And Tom Brady is not going to play bad 2 weeks in a row. Everybody
You say that all the time. With every folks, it can happen 2 weeks in a row.
All right, folks. This is my lock of the week.
This is your lock of the week.
This is
Bucs
my
minus
lock
9 is your lock of the week.
This is my lock of the week.
Bucs minus 9 is your lock
Bucs
of the
minus
week.
9 is my lock of the
You
week.
are insane.
Bucs minus 9 is
Just
my
like
lock.
Colts minus 8 was your lock of the week last week.
That was a little different.
What is it about big spreads? You are crazy.
Tom Brady will put up 300 yards passing.
I don't doubt that.
They're winning by 10 points at the least. Touchdown and field goal. They're
All right,
winning by 10 points.
Picture this. The Bucs are up by 2 touchdowns. It is 30 to 26. No, 16. I don't know why I just said 26.
All right.
30-16, right? They have the ball with a little over 2 minutes left, end up running it 3 times, kicking it away to the Panthers. And Teddy Bridgewater leads a garbage time drive down the field for a touchdown. Panthers cover.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that. I don't think. And this is why. All right, I'm gonna take away the lock of the week because it was a little lofty. I'll definitely throw it in the teaser and take the 3 points. That was a little lofty. I didn't like him.
Fair.
I didn't like him disrespecting Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
I'm not disrespecting Tom Brady by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady went 11-5 last year. He covered more times often than he didn't. But he's not covering 9.
That's fair. That's fair.
He covers 9 against the Jets with Luke Falk at quarterback.
I just heard Tom Brady disrespect, and me.
You didn't hear it from me.
And me being a Boston fan that I am, I have to stay with Tom Brady.
That was not Tom Brady disrespect. Let's not get it confused. Take the over. That could be your lock of the week. The over. We'll wait.
That can't be a lock of the week.
Denver taking on the Steelers. Steelers are -7.5 at home. Cover the spread against the Giants on Monday. Denver also covered the spread on Monday against the Tennessee Titans, thanks to Stephen Gostkowski. Thank you, Stephen Gostkowski, as someone who had Denver. Over-unders 41.5. What do you like it? Here comes another double teaser, folks.
I don't want to do it. That's the thing, because I'm doing too many teasers. But I'm looking at it here, and I think this is another spot where you got to throw in a teaser. If I'm taking it straight up, I still like the Denver Broncos at 7.5. I think that's fair. It's probably going to go down a little bit because I don't think anyone's really going to take Denver plus 7.5. I think it's going to go down a little bit.
Wait, you don't think anyone's going to take
Or
Denver?
the other way. I don't think
Steelers.
anyone's going to take the Steelers, sorry. So 7.5 right now, tease it up, get it to over 10 points, which I really love. But 7.5 I think is still fair for the Denver Broncos. Another team that's going to come out looking for redemption after a loss. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to score that many points, especially with the Denver defense. So I think it's fair to see 7.5, and I think if I'm taking it straight up, I'm going to take Denver with 7.5.
I like Denver a lot, obviously. This year I picked them to be a playoff team. I had 2 sleeper playoff teams. It was Cleveland and Denver. I had to throw
Cleveland one
some
looks
sleepers in there.
tough, but
Cleveland one looks a little bit tougher than Denver because Denver really played well the other day. I think that Denver is appropriately rated here at the plus 7.5. You look at that right now, and normally I go that's an overreaction. But if it's Chris Boswell instead of Stephen Gostkowski, you're looking at least 3/4 of those kicks that are missed made. And I know it's a different game if that happens. But one thing I want to point out about Denver is how poorly they were coached the other day by Vic Fangio, who ended the game with 2 timeouts in his pocket, down by 2 points. You can't do that. Use your timeouts while there's still clock on the game. Anyway, Drew Lock looked good. Jerry Jeudy looked good. Those are really the 2 youngsters that we were looking at. KJ Hamler did not play. Cortland Sutton did not play. Both of them will likely be back next week.
I don't know about Cortland Sutton, but
I'm pretty sure he is. Schefter reported on Monday that he was close to playing, and closer than people thought. So I believe that both of them will be back unless Hamler goes on IR.
Also, the Philip Lindsay turf toe, I saw that.
Yeah, Philip Lindsay may or may not play. I don't think that's that big a loss for them. Melvin Gordon can carry the freight. I'm going to go Denver plus 7.5 here, strictly because I do believe in Drew Lock. Jerry Jeudy had 2 huge drops in that game, and Drew Lock did have a couple key overthrows. I think you fix those things. I think Denver plus 7.5 is the play here, even though I think the Steelers win the game, and I think it's going to be close to the 7.5. I'm very tempted to take Pittsburgh here, but you know how I feel about the big spreads. What I really like here is an under 41.5. 2 of the top 5 defenses in the league, in my opinion, playing in this game. I think it's a slow game. Benny Snell can carry the freight for Pittsburgh. Melvin Gordon on the opposite side. I think there's a lack of scoring for both teams. Give me the under 41.5. Love that, and I'll go on my way. I'm probably going to stay away from the spread here. The under 41.5 is more than likely going to be one of the plays.
And I love that in the teaser as well. Getting that 41.5 to 47.5. You gotta love that.
Yeah, and I love the Steelers in the teaser, getting them down to -1.5. I think that's one of my.
I think I like Denver more, getting them to over 10. But
13?
either way, yeah, I think I like that.
13.5 is a solid spot for a teaser because you can just buy the extra little bit and get up to 14. Yeah, I mean, I like that too. I like both ways of the teaser, but I like Pittsburgh more. I think Pittsburgh wins this game somewhat comfortably, but I think that if I had to pick right now, gun to my head, I'm going 51% Broncos, 49% Steelers. Give me the Broncos for now. That may change by the end of the week. Falcons Cowboys. This game started at Cowboys -7. It's now Cowboys -4.5. Over started somewhere in the high 40s. It's now 52.5. What do you like here?
Wait, what did it open at?
-7 for the Cowboys.
And now it's -4.5. Wow.
And going down.
So the public is all
The public
over
is
the
hammering
Falcons.
the Falcons. I'll get the exact odds in a
Jesus.
moment. What do you got?
I think I gotta take the Falcons, or excuse me, I think I gotta take the Cowboys. You know, I do not like the public. It's usually fade the public. That's the kind of motto on the show. I think the Cowboys, another team that went 0-1. Falcons went 0-1 as well, but I don't think they're gonna play poor 2 weeks in a row.
Bro, you just said the Falcons?
Or the Cowboys. Sorry,
Oh, okay,
the Cowboys.
that's what I thought.
I don't think they're gonna play poor. I don't think they're gonna play poor 2 weeks in a row. That gonna play terribly. He could obviously play better. The team could play better as obviously. They're decent coaching as well. I'm always forgetting his name. Old Cowboy or old Green Bay Packers coach McCarthy. He's obviously a good coach. Struggled against the Rams, but I think I got to take the Cowboys there. Fade the public as usual.
Give me the Cowboys, and it's not even close. This right here is my lock of the week.
Really?
Which means congratulations, Falcons bettors. But this is my lock of the week right here. The Cowboys play significantly better at home than they do on the road. I don't have the exact stats in front of me, but I know that this is a fact as of last year and points per game. Next time you talk, I will look it up and I will give it to everyone. The Cowboys play significantly better at home than on the road. They give up less points. They score more points. We saw them last year at home take on a very similar Rams team and destroy them at home. Both Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott ran for over 100 yards in that game. Yesterday, they scored 17 points against pretty much the same Rams defense, lose 20-17. The Cowboys are going to destroy the Falcons. The Falcons going on the road have no defense. They just allowed Russell Wilson to go 31 for 35 in an NFL game. Russell Wilson, by the way, is my MVP this year, but that's not good in this game. Dallas is going to smoke the Falcons. It's not going to be close. Yeah, they lost Van Der Esch. Yeah, they lost a couple of other guys to injury in that first game against the Rams. That's bad, but so are the Falcons. The Falcons are very bad. I think that the Falcons probably put up 27 points and still don't cover. And that's crazy to me.
And I think it's going to be tough, especially for that Falcons defense, to play against a receiving core as talented as Dallas.
Incredibly
Let's be honest, it's arguably top 3 in the league.
I don't even know if I'd say arguably. I might just say top 3 in the
All
league.
right, I'm fine with that. Top 3 in the league, easily then. Let's say easily.
CeeDee Lamb looked good.
So I think it's definitely going to be tough for Falcons to stick with all those receivers, and that's why I gotta go with the Cowboys. I don't think you said it's not gonna be close. I don't know if it's
not gonna.
I don't know if it's gonna be a blowout, but
it will be 10 points. It will be 10 points. I might look into alternate spreads for this one. I would take the Cowboys at the touchdown. I really would.
Yeah, I would take it too.
I really would.
For a touchdown?
Yeah, at the touchdown, I'd take it.
I gotta take out. So why do I keep doing that? I gotta take Dallas.
I don't. Like I said, I don't think this one's gonna be close. And I'm looking at some team totals here, some early team totals, and I'm scrolling down to Dallas. Their team total points right now is 28.5.
You don't think that's fair?
I think it's fair. I think it's going over. They're putting up 30 on the Falcons, and I don't think it's going to be close.
So let me ask you for over/under play. It's stuck at 52.5 right now.
I'm stuck here because of the reason that it's been bet up so much. The 73% of the public's on the over.
Really?
Which is very, very surprising. Not surprising, just shocking.
Right.
That number's so high.
And what's the motto of the show?
Fade the public. So I'm gonna stay away from the over under. Everything in my body tells me take the over. Mm-hmm. But I'll look into it some more. Cowboys put up 30 plus. Falcons put up between 20 and 27.
Fair.
Lose the game. Cowboys cover. I am so confident that the Cowboys are going to cover. Congratulations, Falcons bettors. Like I just said. Anyway, let's keep it rolling here. And let's take a look at the San Francisco 49ers going across country to take on the New York Jets. Jets are +7. The over-under is 42.5. What do you got?
Do I have to say anything?
You like a teaser with the 49ers -1 and the under teased up to 48.5.
Yes, but you don't even need to put this one in the teaser. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Will the Jets beat San Fran?
No.
No chance?
No.
That's all I got to say. San Fran all day. That's the lock of the
That's
week.
much
At
different
7.
than 7, though. If you want to take San Fran money line, you can, and I'll gladly do it with. Well, I'm not going to go with you, but I'd gladly agree with that. So is your lock of the week San Francisco wins, or is your lock of the week they cover?
No, my lock of the week is San Fran at -7.
What is wrong with you?
Let me ask you a question.
What is wrong with you?
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you taking the Jets here?
No.
All
I'm not
right,
going to call it my lock of the week.
No, that's my lock of the week. That's my lock of the week.
Folks, last week,
Don't tell them.
my man Gus bet Colts -8. Called it his lock of the week. On the road against a team that was expected to be bad, where the only bright spot was a quarterback. Sound familiar?
I'm crying.
Sound familiar?
I'm
Pain.
in tears.
Pain for him. And it's going to be pain again for him. I'll give you one more chance to take back your lock of the week.
Nope, that's the lock of the week, folks. That is the lock of the week.
I'm picking the Jets. I'm picking the Jets.
Now it's
I'm picking
now
the
it's
Jets.
a double lock of the week.
I'm picking the Jets.
Triple lock
Just
of the
because you
week.
said that. Just because you said that. This one was close for me. I was going back and forth.
Really?
Oh yeah, this isn't going to be more than a 10-point game anyway. What did you see from the Niners last week at home against the Cardinals?
I just don't think they're going to play poor again. And it's the Jets.
It's not a 2-week in a row thing. This is the NFL.
Let me just ask you a question.
This isn't the 11-2 Niners
many
from last year
points-
playing poor 2 weeks in a row.
Sure. But how many points did the Jets let the Buffalo Bills score?
27.
27.
Correct.
Who's a better offense? Really? I'll answer for him. The San Francisco 49ers have a better offense than the Buffalo Bills. So with that in mind, easy lock of the week, 7 points.
The
Book 'em.
Buffalo Bills have a better quarterback than the San Francisco 49ers.
Sure.
The 49ers have a better running game.
Oh, I thought you said the Buffalo
No,
Bills.
the 49ers have a better running game.
Alright.
The Bills have far greater weapons. Don't even.
Sure,
come on.
all right.
Debo's not
Yeah,
playing. Ayuk may or may not
yeah.
play. There's Kittle. That's what you got. Is
Yeah.
Kittle and Mostert.
Those are good weapons, though.
They are good weapons.
And,
you know who else is good?
mm.
John Brown going like this.
But let me-
Stephon Diggs going like this.
But let me ask you a question as well.
Yeah.
Do you think the Jets will be able to pass the ball at all with a rebuilding offensive line
Yes.
who looked
Yes. Richard Sherman, IR.
what?
Yeah.
Either way, they're not going to be able to run the ball. I think this is
Jets
gonna,
plus 7.
I think this is going to be the record of the week for most sacks. Last week was the Eagles. This week it's definitely going to be the Jets. I think he's going to be sacked at least 6 times. And I feel bad for Sam Darnold, honestly. I really do.
Sam Darnold's good.
I feel bad for him.
I like Sam Darnold as a quarterback.
I
He's
feel
good.
bad for him. I think there's a coaching issue there. I think there's an offensive line issue there. And
Definitely a coaching issue. It's tough to bet on Adam Gase. Oh, excuse me. It's tough to
So-
bet on Adam Gase, that's for sure.
I think I got to take the San Fran 49ers. I don't know how you can take the Jets here.
I'm taking the Jets because you called the 49ers your lock of the week.
So
And that just shows me where the public is thinking.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm the public.
You're the public. Fade the public. Fade the public.
So I'm the
Fade the public, everyone. Jets plus 7. Under 42.5.
I cannot wait for this game.
20-14.
I cannot
49ers.
I cannot wait for this game.
I can't wait for this game.
This is in the money line parlay. Or
You're making a money line parlay
No,
now.
it's not the money line.
The big money parlay.
This is in the big money parlay. This is in the big money parlay.
That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate.
It's a
now
winner.
I have to root against your big money
It's a
parlay?
winner.
Now
It's
I
a
have to root
winner.
against it. Now
Oh
I have to
my
root against
gosh.
it.
Folks,
The
it's a
Buffalo
winner.
Bills take on the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are plus 5.5. I think they opened a little bit higher than that.
Yeah,
Total set at
well.
41. What do you like?
This is a tough one for me. And I don't know if it's a tough one for you, but 5.5.
It's definitely a tough one.
5.5, it seems like a lot, but I think it's fair. It probably opened at like 6,
Something like that, I
6.5,
can check.
probably closer to a touchdown, but I think I have to take the Bills here. I don't think I can take the Dolphins. I think 5.5, I think I gotta take the Bills. Maybe I throw in a teaser, get it to plus for the Bills, but it's kind of tough for me. This is probably a stay away for me as well, but I'll take the Bills. What do you got?
It's definitely a stay away for me as well. If I had to take someone, I would take the Bills. I think that you look at this Miami team and you look at the Bills defense and you look at the Patriots defense. Incredibly similar.
Right.
The strength of the Bills defense is their secondary. The strength of the Patriots defense is their secondary. So I think you could expect another 2 interceptions from Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Miami running game was pretty much non-existent. You expected it to be Jordan Howard and Matt Breida. They had a combined 13 carries. Jordan Howard had more carries than he did yards. not great. They used a couple other guys. Gaskin was in there. Laird was in there. But I don't love their weapons. Devontae Parker left the game, so it's Preston Williams and Mike Gesicki. I don't love that. The Bills looked really, really good against the Jets. I don't know how much better this Dolphins defense is than the Jets. The Dolphins defense pretty much got ran all over by the Pats. And you can expect Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, and Zach Moss to do just that. I might have just talked myself into a Bills minus 5.5. I hate betting road favorites, but I may have to do it.
And you know what's crazy? I'm looking at it right now. Guess what the percentage of the public is on the 5.5 for
60,
the Bills?
60, 40.
Folks, 72%.
Like the Bills 5.5?
Like the Bills 5.5.
I can't do it. I taught myself out of it just like that.
Jeez.
Can't do it.
This is stay away?
It's a stay away.
Folks, you heard it here.
Give me
First.
over 41. Over
41?
I think the Bills are going to be an over team this year, not an under team. I called the over in the Jets-Bills game. That was my most proud over-under of the day. Was calling that one. Everyone looks at those two teams and they go, oh, under. The Bills aren't going to let up any points. One big play from Jamison Crowder later, over.
And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Since we're a hometown team here, we like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Who do you think looks better through 1 week? The Bills or the Patriots?
I think the Dolphins are better than the Jets, so therefore I'm going to say the Patriots, but it's not by much.
Yeah.
I mean, you had N'Keal Harry fumble it out of the end zone, which I'll count as 7 more points for the Pats. Obviously not on the scoreboard. I get the rule. The rule's fine, but I'm saying in theory that should have been 7 more.
Right.
Nick Folk missed a kick. Josh Allen fumbled twice.
He's now on the practice squad.
Josh Allen fumbled twice. But Josh Allen looked really good throwing the ball. I give the quarterback edge to the Pats. I give the secondary edge to the Pats, so I guess the defensive edge to the Pats. I give the weapons edge to the Bills. It's close. If I could say a draw, I would, but for now, I guess I'll go with Pats. Minnesota Vikings were embarrassed at home against Green Bay last week. They are now +3 on the road at Indianapolis, who was embarrassed in Jacksonville last week. Over under 48. We got.
I'm kind of trying to lower the emotions here just because when you said the Colts, a memory of last week's show and a memory of me saying lock of the week, Colts. And for that reason alone,
I'm out. Continue.
I have to take Minneapolis. I can't even say
Minnesota.
Minnesota, sorry. I have to take the Vikings. There's no reason that the Colts should be a favorite here. I know they're at home, but there's no reason. This is a teaser I'll put up to 9 points, and I know it's covering. I'm taking Minnesota all day. Go Vikings. Skol.
Love this spot in the teaser. Little skull. Love this spot in the teaser with the Vikings as well. Phillip Rivers is simply an interception machine. And here's the thing. He made that Jacksonville secondary look good. They are not good.
They are terrible.
The weakness of this Vikings team is their cornerbacks, losing their 3 best from last year in Trey Wayne, Xavier Rhodes, and Mackenzie Alexander, all gone. The Colts also lost Marlon Mack. They still have Phillip Rivers, who is just a below-average quarterback at this point of his career.
Jesus.
The defense is good. Kirk Cousins struggled in the first half the other day, but I still love Dalvin Cook to be able to run over this. Vikings +3 is the play. I don't know if the Colts are going to have fans.
They are probably not going to.
Either way, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Vikings +3 is my play here. Under 48 is my play here. Give me the Vikings 24-17.
And this is another one that might be in the parlay. Might be in the parlay. I like Vikings here. I think Colts are a terrible team.
Really?
Well, that's just the emotion talking, but no Marlon Mack now too.
I mean, they still have Jonathan Taylor and he nines.
True.
Nines.
And is Quentin Nelson okay? Because I remember I saw him.
I haven't seen anything about him.
I saw him something with back. I saw a lot of O-line questionables, so I don't know, but I gotta go Vikings here.
Quentin Nelson's not on the injury report.
All right. Well, I gotta go Vikings here. I just like them too much. I don't think they're going 0-2.
Yeah, I like him as well. Like we said, no, like an under.
And that game, just before we go into the next game, that game was closer than it was the final score. Yeah, that was
no way.
In the first half, it was a close game, and then it just blew up.
Yeah,
but
that game wasn't close at all. I'd say the final score was closer than it was.
Really,
I was not worried at all about Green Bay. as if I was a Green Bay better.
Right.
That game was completely out of reach of the Vikings.
Well, I remember the first half. It was a close game until the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think for the most part, it probably should have been closer on the scoreboard than it was. That's what I think. That's arguable, but I think it should have been closer.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now once this loads. I'm looking at the box score, yeah, pretty much, just to see when the points were. I know that Adam Thielen caught a garbage time touchdown at the very end of the game to give them 7 extra. But yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, Minnesota put up 24 points in the fourth quarter.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Started mounting a comeback.
We looked at 7-3 Minnesota after 1, 22-10 Green Bay after 2, 29-10 Green Bay after 3.
And who would have thought these teams would have amounted to 43-34?
I had an under. Green Bay almost covered it by themselves. Anyway, let's move on to Green Bay, where Detroit takes them on this week. Green Bay is at home. They are -6 over under 49. I'm just going to say something so you can rebuttal it with your public takes. Detroit +6 and under. Go.
See, he doesn't have any confidence in me at all, and I kind of don't like it. Because I was going to say Detroit in a teaser.
Really? Oh, that's teaser. That doesn't count. I'll take
Detroit in a teaser.
Yeah.
I think
Are you bold enough to take Detroit +6? No, not even take it. Just claim it as yours. Are you bold enough?
I'm not bold enough.
So you're taking the Packers -6.
I don't want either.
You gotta claim a pick.
All right, I'll take Detroit with the plus. It's gonna be tough on the road, but obviously no fans. But Detroit's not terrible. I like them a little bit. They should have beat the Browns, or excuse me, not the Browns, the Bears.
Who had a good game in that game? Never mind, we'll talk about it later.
He's talking about Mitch Trubisky, folks.
Yeah, he had a good game.
He'll be saying it every single week now.
Every single week.
Just wait for that. Just wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I gotta take Detroit here. Their defense is all right. Matt Patricia, he needs to start coaching a little better though, because his record as a head coach is pretty awful. Mm-hmm. But I like Detroit here, and I'll tease it up to over 10 points.
Last year, when the Lions played the Packers, how many seconds did the Packers lead the games combined? How many minutes?
I'm guessing 0, because if you said seconds.
They did not lead for a single second.
Wow.
Not a single second did they lead.
That's ridiculous.
Guess what their record was?
2-0.
2-0. The Packers won both games against the Lions despite not leading for a single second in either game.
Wait, what?
It's pretty simple.
I'm not good at math. Keep going.
Anyway, for those of you like us, it's a game-winning field goal by Mason Crosby twice.
All right,
that's what it is.
There
Behind or tied the entire game, not leading for a single second, kicked it in at the last second. Lions +6. They always play them close. Lions defense is better than people are giving it credit for. Jamie Collins will be in there for the entire time. Maybe if he's in for the fourth quarter, the Bears don't even think about coming back.
Let's hope he doesn't get ejected again.
Trey Flowers is still good. Deron Harmon's there. I feel like I just named the Patriots defense, but I didn't. It is the Lions,
Not
a.k.a.
Patricia.
Patriots North. Give me the Lions +6. They play Green Bay close, and give me an under. This game will go under. I am so confident in that. Even though the Lions defense isn't great, I think that Aaron Rodgers is not going to do the same thing that he did the other day, which was incredibly impressive, but he's not going to do it again. Aaron Jones is going to get more burn. Expect an under.
And what is that under?
48.
48.
49. Give me the under all day
Come on.
long.
I think it's just because they put up 43 last week.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot
They're being
of
overvalued.
points,
They're
so.
being absolutely overvalued. I bet you if I go and see where the public's at right now, they're all on the over.
Uh-oh.
And let's see. I'm probably gonna be wrong.
You probably are, but you know what the saying is.
Fade the public.
Fade
Fade
the
me.
public.
That's the new saying. Fade me.
Fade me.
They are 69% of the public is on the over.
Jeez, so big under.
Big under. I'm taking it under. That's gonna be in the plays. Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. Now that we're talking about the Bears, I would just like to bring something up. Do you have anything to say first?
He's talking about Mitch Trubisky, is all I'm going to say. Oh, you want me to talk about the game? I can talk about the game. 5.5. I think I got to go with Chicago here.
Mm-hmm. Over under 42.
I probably like the under even more, but I like Chicago's defense here. Saquon struggled on the run. Only 9 yards?
Against Pittsburgh.
Against Pittsburgh, yes, but I think Pittsburgh's defense is at least comparable to Chicago's defense.
Pittsburgh's is better.
Obviously, but it's comparable.
Sure.
I think Chicago always has a good defense. Matt Nagy, obviously, he's putting Mitch Trubisky in the best positions possible. So I think I got to take Chicago here, but I think the Giants are going to come out trying to fight a little bit. Obviously, redemption. Don't want to go 0-2. But I'll take Chicago here with the -5.5.
Give me the Giants plus 5.5. But before I say that, Mitch Trubisky last game, I'm just going to read his stat line. I am not going to make any sort of statement. I'm just going to read the stat line. 242 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 104.2 rating, game-winning touchdown. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say?
Do you have any comments? Because I'm not going to say anything.
How should I comment on that?
However you want.
So are you saying he's good or something?
I have no comments. How would you like to comment? You don't have to.
I don't understand
I was just
what
saying his
that
stat line.
means.
I was just bringing his stat line to the show. That's it.
He's still bad, folks.
I have no comment.
He's not
I'm
good.
just saying 104.2 rating,
Folks,
3 touchdowns, 242. No
folks,
picks.
he's not good. He's a bad quarterback. Matt Nagy, Coach of the Year again.
Again.
He won it 2 years ago.
Did he? Oh, and they went 11-5.
Exactly,
Who was the
yeah.
quarterback? No way it was Mitch Trubisky.
I
Right?
don't-
No way.
it-
No way.
it
No way.
couldn't
No
have
way.
been.
Anyway.
It couldn't have been.
With that being said, I'm betting against him. Give me the Giants plus 5. I liked a lot their performance on Monday night. The Steelers were a way better team, way better defense. So you expected them to lose. But with that being said, Giants plus 5.5 seems like a good spot here. I think this game stays within the field goal. They have had close games in the past. Obviously, Eli Manning started that one, I believe it was. But with Mitch Trubisky under center, I think the Giants are going to steadily improve throughout this season. Give me the Giants plus 5.5. I think this one stays within a field goal either way. I don't think that Mitch is going to be able to put up significant points.
Yeah.
One thing that I am looking for, though, the Giants let Benny Snell run all over them the other day. Look for David Montgomery to have a big game. Maybe Tariq Cohen out of the backfield as well.
Maybe a player prop here or there.
You know I love the player props. Under 42 as well. I think this one's very, very close. Maybe like a 19-16, something like that. 21-17, something low like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you go with it.
Jacksonville takes on the Titans. Titans are -9. Over under 42. We're having a tough time with this one throughout the week.
And you already know what I'm going to say. Tease, please tease. I think I'm going to tease it down, get it to 3 points on the Titans. I don't like Jacksonville at all. Derrick Henry's, remember last year we saw Derrick Henry absolutely destroy the Titans, or excuse me, the Jags. I'll take Derrick Henry. I'm not even going to say the Titans. I'm going to take Derrick Henry with the -3. Tease it down. Uh-oh.
I hate this game. I hate this game. You know what I'm saying? The Titans put up 16 points. Jacksonville plus 9. Jacksonville plus 9.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you one after.
That's fair. Do you like the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game? Yeah. So if I tease it down to a field goal,
You probably cover, yeah.
I'd probably cover.
Yeah. If I tease the Jaguars up, do I cover?
I can't guarantee it.
I can't guarantee you cover the 3 then.
I guarantee I cover the 3.
Just like you guarantee the Colts win, right? Just win outright, right? Last week, are the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game? Me. No. Him. So I tease the Colts down to -1.5. It's covered. Me. Probably. The exact conversation happened last week.
Oh my God. So Jacksonville's going to win this game this week. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I just said no when you asked.
I think he's saying that, folks. I think he's saying that. That's what I'm collecting from this conversation.
Maybe I need to turn up my volume or something.
Turn it up.
Or I need to check your settings. That's not at all what I said. I believe that when you asked me, is Jacksonville going to win this game? I said no.
No.
Just like last week.
Just like last week.
I said, let me ask you, is Jacksonville going to cover plus 15?
I can't guarantee it.
Right. Right? Do you think they...
But I am more confident in Jacksonville.
Forget Tennessee. Would you be confident placing Jacksonville plus 15? Would you be confident?
In general?
Yes.
Against any team?
No, in this game. Would you be confident placing Jacksonville
No.
plus 15? You wouldn't be.
No. The Jaguars can go and get blown out. I can't guarantee it.
Gardner Minshew's not going to let them get blown out.
I'm more confident in the Titans at -3 than I am with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm not talking about the
Plus
Titans.
15.
I'm not talking about the Titans. I'm talking about the Jaguars.
I know,
Plus 15.
but I'm saying I'm not confident in plus 15
Okay.
at all.
I can't guarantee that you're -3 covers.
Of course.
Jacksonville's 1-0.
Yes.
Hey, these are the leaders in the AFC South.
Yes.
AFC South clash.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes.
Jacksonville +9. Gostowski misses a couple field goals. It's his last weekend on the team. I'm shocked that he's still on the team.
Really?
They protected the other guy. They let go. Joseph, I believe. The Bucs have him on the practice squad, and they protected him after Monday night.
I'm not sure who it is.
Jacksonville Jaguars +9. Under 42. Not really confident about that. Had to pick a side.
Yeah. Maybe this is another same game teaser. I love them. I know you probably don't like them as much, but maybe it's another teaser where you could tease that under up to 48.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, the over-under on this game is not going to be one of my plays. These Jacksonville over, pretty much any team that plays Jacksonville is probably going to be left off my over-under plays for the week just because they're so unpredictable. But Jaguars +9 might make it to the ball later this week. Redskins taking on the Cardinals. We're in the 4 o'clock games. Cardinals are -6.5, coming off a huge win in San Francisco. Redskins coming off arguably an even bigger win at home against Philadelphia. Over-under is 47.5. What do you got?
I don't want to do it.
You going to take Washington?
I think I'm going to take Washington. I think their defense looked really good last week, and I think it's going to be really good this week as well. I think it's going to be a closer game. And so with that 6.5, I think Arizona probably still wins the game, but 3 points and I still cover. I'll take Washington here. And 8 sacks. 8 sacks.
Their front 4, their front 7 is insane.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous front 7, without question. Now,
Let's talk about the secondary.
let's talk about the secondary. Because there is a man.
Who's that man? I know the man.
His name is DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, I know that man.
And he is the best wide receiver in football. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah, all right.
You can call up friends of the show, Jordan Lewis, and ask him who believes that Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in football. Now, I'm not going to argue about it.
Maybe we see Jordan Lewis.
Maybe we call up Jordan Lewis and talk to him at the end of the show about a little DeAndre Hopkins. It's not going to happen right now.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this secondary. Kendall Fuller. Good player.
Yep.
Can he cover DeAndre Hopkins? Hell no. Hell no. Landon Collins. I don't think I've heard his name since he left the Giants.
Yeah, an old Landon Collins. Maybe we have a discussion.
But Landon Collins is better stopping the run, I think, than helping over the top.
That's fair.
Some may call him a box safety.
Yeah, that's fair.
Troy, I don't even know this guy. I don't even know who this is. Troy Apke. APKE. Anyone knows, please feel free to comment. I don't even know who he is.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
And Ronald Darby, who cannot cover DeAndre Hopkins.
Good player, though.
I don't see a single person that can cover DeAndre Hopkins. He torched the 49ers, who many are calling the best defense in the league.
But the thing is...
Torched them. 14 catches. 14 catches.
The thing is this, and that's a player prop waiting to happen.
I bet the over on 58.5 yards for DeAndre.
Jeez.
He almost beat that in catches.
I think here this is another chance where you could see Washington say, we're going to double team him, and we don't really have to pack the boxes. We're so confident in our front 7 that we can double team him off the top and just be confident in that.
You know what happens if they pack the box? It's going to be a little option to Kenyon Drake. Kyler's going to pull it and around. Over to the outside where DeAndre that side.
No, but I'm saying they don't need to pack the box. We can double team, and we can have just our D-line and a couple linebackers play up straight.
They're going to have a spy.
Well, sure.
Kyler ran for 100 yards. They're going to have a spy.
Sure.
It's gonna be a crazy game. I mean, look at this line, the starting line. Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, and Montez Sweat. All former first-rounders.
Ridiculous.
Also Ryan Kerrigan. Let's not forget about him.
Kerrigan,
He's on the second team.
That's ridiculous.
Insane. Give me the Cardinals -6.5. Give me the Cardinals -6.5. I think that they are able to shut down the Redskins offense, and I think the Eagles will be able to. I think they win by a touchdown or more. I like an under 47.5. I think the Cardinals win this game 30-16, something in that area. Close, but no cigar. Cardinals money line, I think, is an even better play if you were really money line probably. Obviously the juice isn't great, but I like Cardinals money line. Baltimore taking on Houston in my favorite teaser spot of the week. -7 for the away team Ravens, so +7 for Houston. Over under 52. What do you like?
I think I gotta go Baltimore here. Yeah. It's probably a lot of people on Baltimore. I don't know what the public's on it, but -7. I think I got to go Baltimore. Houston didn't really look good against the Chiefs last week.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens are on another run to deep in the playoffs, so I'll take the Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. We're going to welcome in friend of the show.
Is that Nicholas
co-host of the
Siciliano?
show, Nick Siciliano, who was just COVID tested.
I was.
And that's why he could not make it. Nick, we are on Baltimore and Houston. Just give us a take. Just spit out a take, and then you're free to go. Baltimore and Houston. Baltimore -7.
I'm going to go roll with Baltimore here.
You have to. You have to.
I think Houston was subpar in their performance on the opening game. And, Lamar Jackson, baby.
Lamar Jackson. That's all you can say.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Nick.
So we're the public now.
I guess we're the public because we're all taking Baltimore.
We're all the
public because we're all taking Baltimore. Over under 52. Give me an over. I think Baltimore puts up 35. The one thing that Houston could not do was stop Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So what makes us think they're going to stop the number 1 rushing offense in football last year and this year? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Fair.
Baltimore's going to run all over them. Their probably was 29.5 for an over-under. Give me the over all day. Baltimore puts up 35, maybe more.
But does Houston score?
No, I'm saying give me the Ravens team total over.
Oh, I think you said the under. I'm sorry.
No, home no.
I was about to say.
Give me over 52. Give me Baltimore -7. Give me Baltimore's over. Give me the most public bets that you could possibly ever imagine. Give me those. Love Deshaun Watson. Picked him as my dark horse MVP. He's going to get smoked. That's a tough draw for Deshaun Watson. Chiefs, Texans back-to-back, but it's going to be fantastic week 3 when they get undervalued,
exactly.
And we bet the Texans.
Exactly.
Chiefs take on the Chargers. Chargers are plus 8.5 at home, and over-under is 47.5. Yes. I'm going to cheese the Chiefs down to 2.5, get it under 3, and tease the under down to 41.5, get that over, and that's what we're going to do here, folks.
He knows me so well. I'm teasing the Chiefs down to 2.5 points.
Get it under a field goal.
I think it's a little too easy. Get it under a field goal, as he said. I think I'm going to stay away from the over-under just because I don't trust the Chargers. But I got to take the Chiefs here. 2.5 with the teaser. That's too easy. That's too easy.
The only thing that concerns me in this game is that the Chiefs couldn't really stop the running. The Texans had to get away from it, obviously, because they were down by so much. But David Johnson had a really good game out of the backfield and rushing. The Chargers also have the best cornerback trio in the league, and it's not even close. Not even close.
They're missing Derwin James.
He's a safety. Chris Harris, Desmond King, and let's not forget about Casey Hayward.
Desmond King. I'm trying to think about Desmond King.
Desmond King, slot.
Ugh, I'm not sure. I probably do know him, but I'm blanking right now.
Actually, I think Chris Harris was a slot, but either way, fantastic set of cornerbacks, unbelievable. What if they can clamp a couple wide receivers? What if they can get a couple stops? It's not like Joe Mixon ran all over them. The run defense was good.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Bosa is going to be in Patrick Mahomes' face all day, and Melvin Ingram. We could see a little bit of an upset here in terms of a spread.
Fair.
Not in the game.
Just making
the
sure.
Chargers aren't going to win, but we could see the Chargers plus 8.5, strictly because of that defense.
Fair.
With that being said, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think regardless of how good the Chargers defense is, without Derwin James, Patrick Mahomes is better. Someone's gonna get beat somewhere, and they're gonna throw it to him. They can't rely on one-on-one coverage. The Chargers' run defense looked good, so I think that Clyde will regress in terms of week 1 to now. But I got 2 words for why the Chiefs are going to cover. Patrick Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs. I love the Chargers, but give me the Chiefs. And give me over 47.5. Earlier, I believe about an hour ago, I said I was going to take an under. For now, I'm going to take an over, and until my picks come out Friday or Saturday, I'm probably going to flip-flop on that one.
And I'll also try to put out picks following my man Dickies.
Well. Once again, 12, 18, and 2 last week. Fade me. But I did go 3 and 4 on the blog picks. Better.
That's what's more important.
Better. The blog picks are the ones I actually play.
Exactly.
The other picks are the ones that I just post.
But this is one that I think I'll actually play with the teaser. I think 2.5.
I think 2.5 is solid.
That's solid.
Sunday night football. The Pats take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are minus 3.5, over under 44.5. Tell me why you like the Seahawks.
They put up 38 points.
On the Falcons.
On the Falcons, yes, I know.
On the Falcons. That just has to be said.
I know, 38 points, and I think they're a scoring machine now. Their offensive line has struggles. It's kind of weaker than it was last year, but I don't think the defense for the Pats is going to be able to take advantage of that weaker offensive line. And if the Seahawks put up 30 points again, Cam Newton's not going to be able to put up 26, so I think I got to take the Seahawks here with the -3.5.
The Seahawks are not putting up 30 points. I promise you that.
That's fair, but
I'd bet anything that the Seahawks are not putting up 30 points. In fact, I'm going to go take a look at their prop, and it is 23.5, and I think that's completely reasonable.
all right.
And I'd still go under. I'd still go under. With that being said,
What's your play on the spread,
it's such a close game. Originally, I liked the Seahawks, but the Pats looked really good in Week 1. Granted, the Seahawks did too, but their defense also gave up, 28? Something
I think
crazy.
it was like 20-something. It wasn't 28. It wasn't as high as 28.
25?
I think 24?
Somewhere along the lines of a lot of points. Pat's offense looked really, really good in Week 1. And if there's a strength of the Seahawks, it's Bobby Wagner in the middle, and then it's that secondary with Jamal Adams and Shaquille Griffin that's very good. So the Pats are going to be able to run the ball. And if the Pats are able to run the ball, I think they can control this game. Only thing about this is there's a stat about the Seahawks in night games that just, they're unbelievable.
And at home as well.
At home, at night games, yeah. I'll find it for you. I will give it to you guys Friday when we have more of the notes done. But
So let me hear. I don't know who you have.
Whatever I say now is subject to change. Give me Pats plus 3.5. Give me an under 44.5. And that's both subject to change. The under's not. What the Pats are.
In my head, this is another one where I'll let you know on Friday, but I think this is in the parlay as well. I just don't see the Pats beating the Seahawks, and I think the Seahawks win by more than the field goal, and hopefully it goes down even more because it opened at 4.
Yeah.
So if I can get the 3, then I'll be pretty confident. I just don't see it.
Monday night, the Saints take on Vegas. Vegas is plus 6. The over-under is 50. Gus?
Which Vegas?
The
The
only
Vegas
one.
Raiders, right?
The only one. Yep.
What about the Rams?
They play in LA.
I thought they moved with the folks. I know what I'm talking about, folks.
No, he doesn't.
I think I got to take the Saints here. I'm sorry. I just don't like the Raiders at all. No confidence in the Raiders. The public's probably all over the Saints, but I got to take the Saints as well. So I don't really have to say much. I think the Saints' offense is pretty strong. Michael Thomas is not playing on, Monday? Yeah, Monday, but I think the 5.5 is a little too low maybe. I think 7's probably.
It's
I know
6.
they're on the road.
That's
That's 6. Oh. Yeah, I got to take the Saints. I know they're on the road, but I still got to take them. Uh-oh. The disagreement.
I'm kind of feeling them. Vegas. 2 words. First one's Josh. The second one's Jacobs. Ran for 3 touchdowns, nearly 100 yards on 30 carries. He is the workhorse that Derek Carr needs to open up the rest of the field. The Saints also don't have their best playmaker, second best playmaker, in Michael Thomas. Granted, Kamara is going to run all over them. That's fine. That's totally fine. Kamara's going to run all over them. We know that. Michael Thomas out is a huge, huge loss because the defense is going to be able to focus on the secondary targets, which normally they can't. They can't normally. Kamara is going to be the primary guy that you have to stop, and everybody's going to know it.
But you're forgetting that Kamara can pass or can catch the ball as well. We got Ted Ginn out there.
They're going to game plan for that. John Gruden's going to be prepared. I like Vegas in this game plus 6. I think their defense is improved, although they didn't show it last week on the road. That's tough for them. I get it on the road. If this game was flipped and it was -9, I'd probably lean towards the Saints. But it's not. It's home. I was just about to say we know how those Vegas fans are, and now I'm sad. Regardless, give me Vegas plus 6, subject to change, whatever. Give me an over 50. Without Michael Thomas, it doesn't matter. I think the Saints put up 30, and I think Vegas puts up like 27.
Maybe another teaser play that I actually play. I just don't see the Raiders being competitive in this game. Sorry.
Really?
Maybe competitive is a bad word, but I don't see the Saints not covering the 6 points.
Ronald Jones had a pretty good game last weekend against Cam Jordan and that rush defense.
He did. But that's also because you have to think about it. The Saints had to game plan for more weapons with the Buccaneers. They're not going to have to game plan as much on the passing game.
They're going to have to game plan for Henry Ruggs going.
Which is fair, but also Mike Evans and Ruggs, that's a wash, let's say. And then Jacobs.
Mike Evans is far more skilled.
Well, I'm just saying, when we're talking about game planning wise, you got a game plan for them, probably the same. And then you got a game plan for the running game being the same. But after that, Tampa Bay clearly has more weapons than the Raiders. So I think it's going to be easier for the Saints defense to lock in more on that run game.
Yeah, I'm just taking the home team on a Monday night. Give me Vegas plus 6 to be
Fair.
over 50.
It's fair.
And that's that for NFL. So we are going to dive very quickly into NBA before we wrap up here today. We're going to go college football on Friday.
Big
along
college
with,
football day.
Yeah, a big college football day on Friday, along with a little sprinkle into our NFL locks.
Picks,
Not necessarily
right.
locks of the week, picks.
Picks.
The actual picks that we are taking. Not just dive into every game a little bit. We'll have better stats, better numbers for everybody. But for now, let's go NBA. Let's just talk about what happened last night. Let's just talk about that for a second.
You want to
because
go into
the
your...
Denver Nuggets came back from a second 3-1 deficit, taking down the LA Clippers.
That has to be some type of
And it
record.
wasn't even close. I mean, the fourth quarter didn't matter. Kawhi Leonard shot, 6 for 24 from the field, something
14
like that.
points combined, Paul George and him, 24 points.
Yeah, gross. Absolutely disgusting.
What is that?
And the Boston Celtics lost a heartbreaker to Miami. Bam Adebayo. Thank you. Adebayo. With one of the best blocks I've ever seen.
Similar to Marcus Smart's block that won the series for us. Yeah.
I feel like you see that more often, the chase down block.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than the
Straight
go
up,
up,
right.
man on man, meet him at the rim. Unbelievable play. But just looking for the odds for these first couple of games, the Celtics are favored in Game 2 by 2.5 points, which I think is fair because after watching the entire game, the Celtics look like the better team. I still expect the Celtics to win the series. The over-under is 208.5. Obviously went over in Game 1 with a little overtime. These are going to be close games. There's not going to be a blowout in this series.
Yeah,
We saw the Celtics blew out the Raptors twice. I don't think that's going to happen. Give me the Celtics minus 2.5. I think
I was going to say the same thing. I'll take the Celtics all day.
And I'll take an under 208.5. I don't think that they really go over.
I tend to stay away from the NBA over-unders.
Well, me too.
Yeah,
we're calling everything now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm just going to take the Celtics here. I think it's going to go to Game 7. I don't see the Heat going up 2 games to 0, so I'll take the 1-1.
Right.
I got Celtics.
Nuggets, Lakers.
And before we even get in that game, that Nuggets series was absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I didn't really say it before, but the Nuggets, I was saying the Clippers were going to win the series easily. And even in Game 5, I said Clippers. Game 6, I said Clippers. Game 7, I said
the Clippers in Game 6, right?
Didn't work out. But yeah, that's ridiculous how they came back 3-1 in 2 series in a row. That's crazy.
Nuggets, Lakers. Lakers are minus 7 over under 212. Give me an over here for sure. And the Lakers minus 7.
I got the Lakers all day.
I mean, maybe because it's Game 1, I second guess. Lakers have lost 2 straight Game 1s.
Well, I said it about Miami. I think a longer series tends to favor the team who just got out the series a few days ago. So
They also have 3 days rest, though.
Yeah, but I
rest.
think I got the Lakers here. minus 7. LeBron James isn't losing to the Joker and Murray, so I got the Lakers here.
Give me the Nuggets plus 7. And the over. Let's do it. Let's roll.
Let's do it? All right, we'll watch that game.
We'll watch that game.
Friday night game.
Really nice Friday night game. Any other thoughts for today?
Like we said, watch for the Twitter, line it up for. That's where we get more of the takes. This will be on the YouTube probably at the end of the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just stay tuned for Friday.
We'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you, whether you're listening, viewing, doing whatever. Thank you for doing that and supporting us. We'll be back on Friday, and have a happy Wednesday.